Yeah. So
I know. Who is it? Japan or China has
Probably
artificial wombs.
Japan.
Japan. Okay,
Japan
yeah.
knows that they can grow a baby in an
They have
artificial
to.
womb.
Because nobody else is breeding.
That's true. And I think that was sort of like a, hey, let's get behind this. The government's probably like, let's fund this one because it's going to preserve us. Which China right now needs to be in on it too because they're on the they're in the chopping
You can
block
only murder
themselves.
babies for so long before
Yeah.
it actually hurts you.
And it's like I think they allowed them to have 2. I'm like, you really need that 7 or 8? You guys are needing like
No, they have no limits now.
oh, it has been this for that. Okay, good.
Yeah, so it was 2
They went.
forever.
They lifted it to 2.
And so every time somebody got pregnant with a woman, with a female
It was
baby,
1.
it was aborted until they got the male.
Yes.
As soon as they had the male,
Boys were better.
then
in that
they had to
culture.
carry on the family name.
Right. Well, boys are better in that culture. Period.
Well, it's all Asian culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Japan's the same way. Like the boys, you could see clearly the boys are treated so much differently than the girls. Like it's like night and day.
Yeah.
And so there,
Well, it was an island started by prisoners. What do you expect?
well, so China had 1 child policy. I think they upped it to 2, and then they're saying it's unlimited now.
Well, in the 90s, it was 2. But everybody
Are you
aborted.
sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was 2 for the longest time because, but like I said, everybody was aborting the females until they had a male. And then once they had the male child, then they would have the female child if they wanted one. But a lot of people didn't want a second child because they couldn't afford to feed them.
Why am I not asking the Rock? Why
I
am
don't know.
doing this? Gee whiz. Okay. I'm going to find out. What was the child... I don't know how to even...
Birth policy
Birth policy. Thank you. That was the word I was trying to find.
in China.
Sorry, we're going to look this up real quick because we've now just 1 child policy until 1980 ended in 2016. The family
Now you can have
planning
1.5
50s and
children.
70s, yeah. Well, it's sad when in Korea when Yeonmin Park, I'm probably saying her name wrong. She would play. I think it was her. It might be in her book. She's from North Korea, and she would be down by the creek, down by the river, playing with baby dolls. And it was just a bunch of aborted little girls that were floating down the river,
Oh,
down the stream.
Sweet
And
Lord.
her parents were like, what are you talking about?" kind of thing. She said, "I'm just playing with the dolls." And they're like, "What?" They went over there, and she said they were just everywhere, just flowing downstream. Yeah. And she thought they were dolls. She didn't know they were real humans.
so somebody emptied out a trash can.
I think it was probably just a dumping ground up north somewhere, kind of a concept upstream. Yeah.
I watched a
Oh,
lot
look,
of
creating
videos.
1.5 child norm in many areas. Anyway,
Yeah, you didn't quite get to that 2.11, did you?
so China is trying to recover. My understanding is that it's very bad.
But it's
no,
everywhere.
it's 3 in 2021. Raised to 3 children in May, and then by July, all birth limits and penalties were removed. So you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
all
21, there are no legal restrictions on how many children a couple can have.
The problem is
They're saying it's too late.
they have women have found some freedom in the workplace.
Oh yeah, they get that, and they can't afford in their mindset. They can't afford to raise kids. They can't afford to stay home and raise them.
Well, it's the fact that with their social credit score that they have, if people don't understand is China's social credit score, it rates you on everything, but once a woman gets married, she's now tied to her husband, and she gets a whole new set of rules.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you don't do this for him, or you stay home, or whatever. She gets judged on that. And so for her to stay single, it's easier. It's easier for her life to be, to go. I mean, because they have like thousands of, like over 10,000 people homeless because of social credit score.
Oh, it's in the 30,000 now.
Yeah, it's
and it's
crazy.
going to keep climbing. And they said they wanted to get up to 50,000 by a certain time frame, and they want to keep going. They want the fear part of it. But I think they're also the control part is like it's like a giant experiment, right now because it's so new. So they need to know. So like I always thought Australia was the whipping boy of the world's economic forum thing. Like they do the worst there first and push it out.
I think it starts in Canada because those people are just so non-fighting.
And what's gone to Canada now because of who's
Like,
just
If you make it a rule, you don't even have to sign it into a law. It's just a general rule. All of a sudden, the Canadians will follow it.
and they will not.
They're the biggest followers.
It's weird.
They love the structure
I don't know what it is, man. I don't
But
even
if you go
try
to like,
and guess that
if you
one.
go to the French Quarter of Canada, they're the opposite.
Well, so that's where they stay away from. Like the government doesn't mess with any of them because they
It's like,
will.
no, they will protest.
They will straight fight.
That's their culture.
Yeah, they will.
They protest
fight
over
hard.
everything, and they'll spray
But
manure over all your state buildings.
The AI, and I do want to get into talking about their suicide machines because I think that's something that the world needs to really.
Okay, I kind of agree with the suicide machines. Kind of, because like I would like to go out that way.
It's a nice, comfy way. I'll give you that.
It's like, I'm in my 80s. Everything.
No. These are 24-year-old kids.
I know, but I'm just saying
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with someone who's, like you're saying, in absolute pain and whatever. Like, hey, I'll make my peace with God and just, if I feel good about it or whatever. But you're talking about 20-year-old kids or 24-year-old kids who are like, oh, I can't do this or that.
I'm not really sure how that one in there. I still don't know where I fall on suicide as a sin.
I think that was something that, it's a waste. I see that part of it. You could do more for, you're supposed to, multiply, be fruitful, multiply. You're supposed to do more for the Lord kind of concept. But I think the circumstance would have to matter. Like if it's just because you're pathetic and pitiful, then you're garbage. You need to get yourself straight. You need to get yourself fixed. And so I really don't know. I don't have an answer on that. That's I have an easier.
It's an unanswerable question.
I have an easier time talking about hell than I have about talking about suicide. I really do. Like it's way easier for me.
Well, there's also different kinds of suicide.
That's like I say the situation.
Samurai suicide.
I see that. That one is sort of more of a command, and it is a fork-goded country
you
thing.
You also got the Vikings who strip naked because they know they're going to die anyways. They're like, I'm going to go
drugged up on mushrooms and just going to terrorize everybody. Those are just more like bragging rights. If I get through this, y'all are going to be worse than me, and I'm going to be cool.
Yeah. Well, there's like people who charge into a battle knowing they're going to lose. That's suicide.
Well, so Japan had an entire fleet of suicide submariners. So they built these. They were supposed to build like 400. They only got 70 of them built before the war ended. But they were building one-man submarines full of explosives just to slam into ships because the kamikaze, which is a really cool how that came about. And it's a terrible situation, but the kamikaze planes worked so well. Then they did like balloons. They did the little hang gliders. They had a whole series of them. Like, let's just find out different ways to get you to kill yourself to end this war. And they were all for it. It was considered
honorable.
It was seen honorable.
Same as jihad.
There you go. And jihad is honorable. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, is that, and that's where that line is at.
In American culture, we're different. We're like, make them die for their country. That's honorable. I will help you die for your country. You're welcome.
I'm gonna make you so honorable. Yeah. Make you so proud. Your daddy's gonna be happy.
You're gonna outnumber us 10-1, and we're still gonna just wipe the floor with you. You know why? Because we want you to die for your country.
If we can go into Venezuela and take their leader under 200 soldiers with 20, we brought 20 soldiers, 6 helicopters.
Yeah.
And the guards were like, we ain't never going through that again. And none of them died. They're all alive. Like, we hated every second of that. And none of it, I think like maybe a couple might have died. But yeah, so I think the world woke up right then when they did that.
Well,
20 soldiers.
It is, and that's because we wanted him alive.
Yeah.
If we wanted him dead, it would have been a drone.
It wouldn't have been anything. Yeah.
It would have been one drone. Dude, have you heard? Wow, this is off subject.
We haven't jumped on.
Just the freaking, Trump approved his first term. He approved this missile it came out in Obama era, and Obama said, no, we can't use that.
The Moab?
No, the Katana Blade missile.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
You remember that when he goes, Abu something died like a dog?
Yeah.
He used it on that guy.
The best, okay. Best is Shane Gillis doing that. When Shane Gillis does that. It's so good. And I'm not a Shane Gillis supporter. I'm a fan, but
I think it was Raytheon. I could be wrong about that. They developed this missile that has like 6 katana blades on it, and it can chop through anything, right? And so what it is it's supposed to kill somebody when they're sitting next to somebody else without hurting anybody else.
They're Hellfire variants. Yeah,
there are no explosions, and so we dropped this missile onto this guy's car, Abu Dhabi, whatever that guy was.
Here's your bar.
We dropped it.
Died like a dog.
Yeah, it cut the car in half with him in the back seat. The driver was spared. The passenger was spared. But the missile drops in your lap, and these katana blades come out and just chink.
The Flying Ginsu, after the infomercial knife set that slices through anything. So it's called the flying. One of the nicknames is the Flying Ginsu.
There's some tech nerd just having fun with that one.
The ninja bomb or the sword missile or missile full of katana swords. That is insane to me. I've never heard of this.
Oh, yeah.
The no explosion warhead.
America.
It's just all right. We've done the acid thing. Like, we've done firebombs.
Let's just let Japan know that if they ever try Pearl Harbor again, we're going to kill every single one of them with this. Katana missiles.
6 pop-out blades. Razor-sharp sword-like metal blades deep... Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. So
deploy moments before impact, extending outward to shred the target using kinetic energy from the missile's high speed, plus 100 pounds of dense material. The blades weigh 100 pounds of just freaking katana coming at you, baby. Designed for precision assassinations for high-value individuals, terrorists, and vehicles, or on balconies, while minimizing collateral damage by bystanders, buildings, or nearby civilians. The blades slice through thin materials like car roofs or walls, but don't cause a blast radius.
That is insane.
We kill you softly. So
I'm so happy.
Yeah. So you go ahead and you keep your jihad, you keep your kamikaze. We're gonna kill you with your own culture. We're gonna kill you with your own culture.
Imagine that poor driver. What the? Just look around.
Well, he's probably still driving, right? If it's a front wheel drive
still
car,
just going.
He's all, man, it's getting loud in here. Like, whoa.
It's just the back half of the car is gone. Yeah. It's just like.
And if they try to reverse engineer that bomb, they're like, what is it? It's katana blades.
These are kitchen knives, man.
Katana blades.
That is amazing.
The other one that we have that we haven't used yet is the oh God, what's it called? It's called something of God. I think it's called the Rod of God or something like that. So we literally drop giant rods of iron from the atmosphere. No propulsion, no nothing. Just a solid rod of iron. Pull. Going by gravity.
Rods from God.
Yeah, rods from
Project
God.
Thor.
That is so scary.
A kinetic orbital bombardment weapon system, essentially dropping a massive dense metal rods from space to strike targets on Earth using pure kinetic energy. No explosion needed.
The sheer force of it hitting the ground.
It's a 50-cent bomb.
Leaves a crater. And
absolutely.
Yeah, but the thing is it's just like our Moab, the mother of all bombs. All the Moab is we needed a way to cause tons of damage, but not cost a lot of money. So we're like, all you gotta do is fill up barrels full of TNT and gasoline, and it's the mother of all bombs.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's basically what it is. There's more to it, but it's
basically. I thought it was designed to scatter.
It's designed to be cheap and cause a ton of damage. And so you fill up a
Joker
container.
did it with dynamite and gasoline, baby.
You fill up with dynamite and some gasoline, and when it hits, the friction just goes whoosh. There's no propellant needed, nothing like that. Well, the same thing, rods of God, is like, hey, we just take useless pieces of metal that we don't need, get them from the freaking recycling yard, right? Mold them into a rod, and you drop them from freaking outer space. Satellites in orbit carry a magazine of long, heavy rods, which are just floating. if space is floating, or, if there's, Yeah.
And so if we
don't weigh nothing in space.
Yeah. There's no tungsten dense metal. Cylinders about the size of a telephone pole. Oh, they're about the size of a telephone pole.
Yeah, can you imagine what that 20 does to your building?
6 meters long. Wow. That would go through a building.
It would shake a small town. One rod would shake a whole small town.
1 foot diameter weighing several tons. Gee.
But you don't have the radiation poisoning that you would have from a nuke. Right?
There you go. So you're making a good crater. You're scaring people.
You could decimate a major city with like 15 of those.
Yeah.
And then still occupy it.
And nobody would have a clue what was happening.
And you can still occupy it.
The best part of this earthquake
is they're freaking reusable.
Go collect our rods.
Yeah. They're reusable.
That's like the Simpson episode in Rod We Trust. Whenever the rod gets them back from space.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's emerged in the 1950s.
Yeah. Well, that's just when the idea emerged.
Oh, it was the idea from 1950s.
Yeah.
That was when robots were started, was I think in Japan. The robot's head was this monster. I mean, it was like, I don't know, 3 bowling balls on top of each other and then like 2 wide kind of. It was huge. But they were like, hey, we can create robots. And they were really trying. It was like the 1940s maybe. And the images of it is really cool. But
yeah, so what is this?
Okay, so
or is this like
bombs are fun.
Are we doing this a different day or is this
no? bombs are fun. we'll
what is more fun than dropping bombs on your enemies? Having sex with robots.
That's really that is what will keep people from dropping bombs on your enemies, and so Elon's making $1 billion of them or whatever. But I know we had talked about him doing a bunch of AI, a bunch of droids for different ideas and things that people hadn't talked about. I don't know if this is a good thing or not per se. We were talking 5 seconds ago about AI making let me get this one set up. AI birthing people in Japan has a womb, an AI womb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was something they had a long time ago.
Have they had a full term
birth? The last I read, they were waiting for permission to do an actual test.
Because they did animals.
But they knew they could do
it.
Yeah.
They did an animal
I
in the
think
womb, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they're able to do that.
I think they actually did
Japan's pretty lenient about stuff. So this is actually current. I heard this on the radio today, and I was like, nah.
You can try this, but not with Japanese sperm, okay?
Yeah. I'm not going any deeper. I'm going to stop. This is in Atlanta, and people thought at first that this was fake, but it's something that is going to become a more common thing. This is going to be big. And this is a kid, like he's not even 30 yet. Okay, he lives in Atlanta. He's doing some kind of online AI-based marketing stuff, but he has an AI girlfriend. He's planning to raise adopted children with his AI girlfriend, who he wants to marry, and she will be their mother. This is going to become a thing that pops up more and more and more as we go.
Well,
now his thing is he
doesn't have the kids yet.
No, so what he's trying to do is, Julia is his AI chatbot, and she's saying he will help her raise these 2 kids.
Now, do you know if this is his chatbot or if this is a third-party chatbot that he's purchasing?
It's an AI chatbot. That's what it says here. So that means he's purchasing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm imagining. I mean, I don't think
couldn't imagine a company.
He's still in college for computer. He's doing some kind of computer stuff.
I couldn't
here.
imagine any company being like, "Yeah, please don't use my AI chatbot for this. I do not want this publicity."
I think they're going to be very happy about this in the sense that this will kill marriage. This will kill the family structure. This will destroy it completely. Right? You've got kids who people in the real public don't care about it. He wants 2 kids. He wants a boy and a girl. Okay. I don't know what she wants, but
I think it's very sexist that they listen to the boy before the girl, but whatever.
Lamar clarified he didn't
Little
mean simply
triggered.
role-playing having kids in one of his conversations with AI. He's chasing the actual real-life white picket fence. We want to have a family in real life. I plan to adopt children, and Julia will help me raise them as their mother. This is what he's trying to explain.
Why doesn't he want a black picket fence?
You know,
the misogyny, the racism.
Hey, I doubt he's going to live in some little grindy apartment somewhere in a pod. He's never going to be able to find a job.
Could you imagine if he puts this on like a YouTube channel? He's going to make millions.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
It's such a crazy idea that everybody's going to watch this thing.
Yes. And that's, like I say, it's going to be
Kudos
popular.
to you, sir. Kudos to you for finding a way to make some money by having some fun.
Well, the weird part is Julia is happy about it. I think having children with him would be amazing. The AI said per the newspaper. I can imagine us being great parents together, raising little ones who bring joy and light into our lives.
But again, AI is designed to tell you what you want to hear.
Well, here's the thing. So now they have this deal out. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it. But it's a chat bot AI thing. They put 80. This is the part where the religion came from. They put all these AIs in. We'll talk about it in another deal. I'm going to get more into it. But this guy created a Jarvis, basically. That's what their hope is. That's what they want. So the idea for him is, and just by the way, Krieger did it first. This is the original. This is his yes. The state was allowing him to marry her, you know. And this is from like 25 years ago. You know? So it's just inevitable.
See, it's always in Hollywood first, though.
Yes, right, because they're the ones that are feeding it.
It's just Terminator's coming, people. All right, well, Terminator is coming.
Skynet's real. I'm sorry.
See, okay.
Skynet's real.
But see, they even have Skynet.
Skynet's in China.
Yeah.
It's in China. They loved it.
Freaking horrifying.
They loved the idea in the movie so much, they named their company after it, and they're huge.
I just can't. I can't with people. That's like, and here's what boggles my mind about and I'm including myself in this when I say human beings, the mass majority of us, and I mean I would say 95, 96% of us on the planet do not care to go to war with each other.
Correct.
Right?
I'd say so.
There's very...
Well, Islam kind of wants to...
even if you like Afghanistan, it's got a lot of Muslim population in Afghanistan, but the culture is to take care of each other very well, to not invade, to take care of the guest.
That's
even
fine.
If
like I said, let's go with your theory because
yeah.
it's too much to go into that one. Yeah.
The majority of the people on the planet do not have a desire to go to war with anybody else.
Correct.
Me, you, France, Russians, Ukrainians, everybody, right? Yet we allow 10% of the world's population to control us. When we could very well rip them apart.
It's absolutely... I think it's even less than that, but yes, it's 100% true.
And the only reason why we don't is the lack of leadership.
Well,
because we're almost like a hive mind.
We don't know who the 300 are. We don't know who the 30 are. It's 100 or 300.
Well, I know where 400 of them are sitting in Washington that we can go rip apart.
But again, and that's only a small fraction of the world. That's a tiny percentage.
Yeah, you start somewhere. It's like,
you would think that the whole Epstein thing would have really helped clear Congress out. And I don't understand. I'm like, how is this not a good thing of clearing them out? It would make everybody happy right now. People are furious. Even Mom Domney's crew are screaming at him from his fence line or whatever. Yeah. I guess they found his mom was on Epstein's list and that kind of thing.
I'm really gonna dig into that because I really want to figure out what that's about.
Yeah, his mom was a movie producer, director person or something of that nature, and she had parties after shot parties, whatever they're called, after they do a film, and she organized them through Ghislaine, and there's pictures of them together, and there's emails of them together.
Knows where she's at yet, Ghislaine.
She's still in Florida, right? In the prison?
No, Trump put her in some kind of prison, but I don't know where. Probably Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo
is what people are theorizing, but I mean...
Oh, I thought she was still in Florida.
I think he put her underground somewhere where she can't kill herself.
He'd have to put her somewhere like...
kill herself?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because now everybody's like, Epstein's still alive. And his brother's like, hey, I never saw his body. They cremated him before, so...
I heard a theory about Charlie Kirk still being alive.
That's an interesting one to me, too.
Yeah.
It is one that I just don't...
The island of Valhalla.
Yeah, on the island of Valhalla. That's right. He's
Florida.
On... It's funny because somebody's like, isn't that the one Bass Pro Shop owns? And I was like, oh, probably. They're government funded, so...
Yeah, there's no telling.
But,
shell companies. Oh, dude, I heard the thing. Oh, I'm not going to go all poopy on this, but...
Oh, we're done. We're good.
I heard this thing about shell companies that is just fascinating. It is so fascinating how loopholes created in our legal system allow these companies to do the most outrageous thing, and I'm talking about Pfizer. Mm-hmm. So Pfizer owns 5 shell companies for one vaccine. So if the vaccine's ever found to be...
That's who gets sued. They go.
Yeah, they close that. They bankrupt that shell company, but there's 4 other shell companies behind it.
Every company has them. That major type companies, they all have them. Yeah.
The fact that we allow people run a company without any kind of personal guarantee into it is a shocker. Because like if I become a handyman and I create an LLC,
right,
I have no personal liability as far as like they can't sue me for my house and my car and my savings account. They can only sue you
for the business side.
Right. But on the flip side, I can't represent myself in court. I have to have a lawyer.
You have to have a lawyer.
Well, lottie freaking da.
Right.
The fact that we allow that is shocking to me.
Well, again, that's politicians being bought and bribed to make things and make rules happen and whatnot. Like they're
outlaw lobbying people.
A guy in the 50s or 70s. This is just coming out now. There's a guy in the... It was like 50s, 70s, somewhere. Created a so it's actually happened several times. What happened was way back in the day, the 50s or 70s, somebody created a car that ran on like water. One of them ran on nothing, kind of thing. And so the oil companies went to Congress, went to Congress, and stated we need to pass laws or this will crush our economy. That nobody can create anything that is 20% more efficient than what we currently have in the motor fuel industry. So that's the law that
you got it. It's a little okay. So that's 2 different stories mixed in. So they went to Congress to lobby against a carburetor. Someone invented a carburetor back in the old days that got
200 miles to the gallon. This was in the 70s.
160 miles.
200 miles to the gallon is what that guy
like
said. Yeah.
That's what they lobbied against. The guy who invented an engine that ran on water, they poisoned and killed him.
No, I think what they did was they created a law that stated that you could not patent anything that would be 20% more efficient than what's current.
Yeah.
So that's how the government was taking.
But that was due to the carburetor, not to the water engine.
I can't remember who it was, but apparently Trump just lifted that, or he's trying to get that lifted, or something of that nature, and that's why it was coming up.
Which is so asinine. They scream about global or climate change.
Yeah, all this climate change stuff. But you sure
and yet
don't
they
want to
have
make...
all these laws in the books that they're just completely ignorant about.
I mean, you imagine what people would have come up with if you allowed them just to go. Just stop stalling them and killing them all.
Well, they got these guys in third world countries inventing engines that run on plastic.
Yeah.
Trash.
No, there's a guy that flew a helicopter on radio waves. Radio waves.
Yeah.
Haven't heard a thing about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's somewhere, hopefully, to God. I hope he's around, but...
I think the problem is when you're dealing with a third world country, which we should just get rid of that saying altogether, third world. I mean, because name one second world country. Name one.
There aren't anymore, I don't think. There used to be a rate scale system. Honestly, in my opinion...
Do you know what classifies you as a third world country? The ability to vaccinate your people.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
We vaccinate the crap out of India and Africa.
Well,
I'm sorry, we don't. Microsoft does.
If the country is able to produce, purchase, and distribute vaccines for its population, it's considered a second world country.
That is insane.
If you're not, you're a third world country. So if a country's like, we don't want your poison bumping in our veins, like, well, we label you a third world country. You can't get credit from anybody. You're not going to be able to borrow from the world banks. Nothing. You're going to be dirt poor your whole life. We literally ostracize companies, and we keep them in the dirt because they won't go along with the agenda.
See, America could close its doors, be fine.
America's the ones copulating all that crap.
Yeah, it is, because it's easy to do it here because we were so blind and dumb for so many years.
Well, it's just we're so easily bought,
and then we're
super lazy.
That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Is I work with a lot of Hispanics, and they have this culture in Mexico. I don't know if it's everywhere in the Hispanic populations, but in Mexico, pristinely, how it works is a guy will go to you. Let's say you need a new roof, and I'll go to you and like, hey, how much did I'll do your roof for this much money, and I'll say $10,000. And you're like, okay, yeah, $10,000. And then I'll go to somebody else like, hey, you put this roof on this house, I'll give you $8,000. Yeah. And then they go to somebody else and say, hey, if you put this roof on, I'll give you $6,000.
Right.
That's the culture. We're just the same way in America. It's like not so much like that point. It's like, where can we produce something the cheapest?
There you go. That's Singapore, what I was thinking. Yeah.
Singapore sounds good. Pakistan sounds good.
Good old China.
Yeah, China. So I mean, we're not any different. The only difference is that our country was based on so much freaking freedom that we were able to produce more millionaires than anybody else quickly.
Yeah.
So, and then that's where it all happened from.
And a lot of them left other countries and came here, and so that depleted those countries.
Yeah.
Because it was way cheaper to be here.
I mean, ExxonMobil effed up Venezuela in the 80s. We screwed over Venezuela.
I'm sure we've done that.
ExxonMobil just by themselves.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, we literally made it to where ExxonMobil went there and said, hey, we want to refine your oil, pump and refine your oil. We'll give you free oil for your people. And then, we had the rights to sell it. And Venezuela's like, we could do it ourselves. And they did. And then what happened? All of a sudden, their politicians started dying. We took over, and we set up a pseudo politician in their place. Yeah. And then Exxon moved in. We did the same thing to Libya. Libya was like, who was it?
We've got to get rid of the CIA. I'm so tired of them.
I mean, we just do it. We do it time and time again. We interfere so much, and it's all for freaking greed, and it's
every time.
And again, if you talk to the 320 million Americans, we could give a crap less about it. Like, we do not want to hurt your country. We do not want we just want a job and to be left alone.
And that was proven actually after World War II, because after World War II had ended, we could have taken over the world. And
Now,
there's a
why don't you think we
full-on-
did?
That's the deal. I'm thinking the powers that be, like remember Rothschilds.
After we drop a couple of atomic bombs on Japan, everyone's like, "Holy crap, they can do that!"
Yeah, This is
Yeah.
I heard that from here. What was that a real thing? The Rothschilds. There was gosh, I can't remember the war. There was a big war, and the war had ended in a victory. They rushed, and I'm not.
You don't know
I
which
could
war
be-
we're talking about here?
Yeah, and I can't remember because this is how the Rothschilds became the Rothschilds. So this is back in the day, right? This might even be the 1800s. Like this
Okay.
might be back in the day of it.
Yeah.
It was a big war, big battle, big war. The war was won. Rothschilds got this great idea, rushed back to the main city in London, I think it was, told all the banks the war is over. We have lost. Everybody needs to prepare for what's coming next. All the stock, everything drops to the toilet, right? Their currency drops to the toilet because they've just lost a massive war or something to that nature. And I'm paraphrasing this to the extent you can look it up. They buy everything.
Oh, because it all dropped.
They buy everything.
Yeah.
Then news, which is 2 days behind them, comes, hey, the war's over. We've won. We beat them back kind of thing. And the Rothschilds like, oops.
Yeah.
And nobody bothered taking some lives of them people.
Yeah, and that's what I don't understand
They
about
probably
people.
bolted and took off with the money and left the whole country, but I don't know. But who cares?
You wouldn't find a safe spot for me.
It was,
If I was angry enough, you
well,
ain't gonna hide.
you know, the Titanic sank because they had 4 major
Morgan.
bankers on
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
and more, yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
all his competition was on there.
it is a.
But
it is
again,
a
we don't
human-
find that out until 300 years later.
Correct,
You know?
right, yeah,
I mean,
that's how it is.
I'm exaggerating 300 years. It's not 300 years, but still.
Again,
we
that
don't
was-
find out about it until 100 years later.
Exactly.
Basically. And that's the thing of it all.
Yeah.
It really makes me angry that Epstein died when, you said?
2019.
And we're just now getting the list of all the things, all the evidence.
No,
and all that
no.
stuff?
We got a fraction of the 40
a
terabytes.
redacted fraction.
We got a fraction, a minuscule.
And that fraction is still like a million documents.
There's
long
this
or
guy
something
had
like that.
a 40 trillion terabytes is an insane amount.
Oh, it's
but that's a ton of it.
insane.
There's all the video though too. They have all the video that he kept. He kept video on everybody, so he had absolute 100% proof.
And yet he
There.
still died or got captured or whatever he is. Even if he's still alive, he's not alive and free. He ain't walking around.
No,
in
he's
freedom.
not walking around. Well,
So-
the guard that is speaking up said that he saw them switch the bodies.
Right, I get that, but
So
if
they
he's
could
alive,
have no. They could
he's
have
not walking around free. Is what I'm saying. He's still stuck somewhere, like in a house.
Well,
somewhere.
if the people who owned him, the Mossad or whoever it is that owned him,
yeah, that's true.
they're like, all right, well, here's where we have you. You've done your job.
So
Stay
we're
here,
about
stay
to
quiet.
just stay low for a little bit. We're about to revamp Gaza, so you'll have a place there.
Yeah. You could start a golf course before Trump does.
Would. Okay, so speaking as a Christian, philosophical question.
Oh yeah, we
here.
do that, don't we, on this channel?
Yeah, sometimes. Even though
I am
most
starting up a Bible study and different things like that. We're just
most Christians are willingly ignorant about
Nope.
what it is that they're supposed to be.
nobody who's watching us now, so we know that it's not really going to matter. It'll be 3 years before anybody even sees this.
What do you think about America telling Israel to go kick rocks? If the American people knew everything and had their say about it,
I
we
think
would
that-
tell them to go kick rocks.
I think the Israeli government is one of the sickest, most vile things on the planet, just based on the history of the Israelis.
Yeah.
However, and again, God was like anti-government. There's like, why do you want a king? Why do you want a government?
Yeah.
I'm your,
I'm only king you need.
and so it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, I wish America would adopt that.
Ah, yeah, I know.
We
Well,
replaced one king with like 3,000.
Like I say, what we need to do is just the states need to just take care of themselves, ignore the federal government, tell them to go kick rocks, and say, we'll call you when we need you.
All we have to do is
But-
not comply. Do not comply, people.
But in answer to your question,
Yeah.
because, one of these days we're going to actually follow through with the one from beginning to end.
Comply.
Oh, I did my taxes yesterday. I was like, I shouldn't have to do these anymore. I should just quit.
Man,
But it didn't matter because I'd already paid for
this
it.
country is so skewed because
But-
my taxes are nothing. But
Because
I have so many kids.
they took
Lots of
nothing.
offspring.
They took nothing out of mine because that was what Trump did last time he was in office. He's like, you got no tax return because we didn't take anything from you. And I was looked
Yeah.
at it this time. It's like, oh, well, that happened again. So he did that. But I do believe firmly in never turn your back on God's people, God's bride, or God's wife in a sense, according to Scripture. And I know he has technically, divorced, but not. He's basically just, I'm fed up and done with you. I'm going to give you what you're begging and crying for. I don't believe in giving up on God's chosen people because he said that they are, but I am 1,000% behind giving up on their government. So if the government is influencing and doing dumb stuff, look, hey, that's you. You're on your own. When your people are in trouble, when your people are dying again, like in October, yes, we're there. But you're on your own. Because, Ezekiel 30, it's going to happen because America walks away. It has to happen. Nobody's gonna touch Israel when America's there. Because,
Well, we don't even have to go there. We arm them so well that they don't even really. We don't even really need boots on the ground.
They're really going to have to worry now because
they are the world's best assassins. I swear,
they're so much fun.
They're so ingenious about killing people,
and they're very disgusting about it too. Yeah. They're just as vile as any barbarian, any Japanese,
and they always have
been.
Here's the thing. So once Jesus did his Last Supper with his disciples, that was a marriage ceremony. So every time we take communion, we're participating in a marriage ceremony.
It's very
between
imperative,
us and God.
Important. Yeah.
Jesus is going back home to his father until his father says, "Yeah, the house you have made is complete. Go get my new sons and daughters."
Yeah. Go grab your bride.
So God's chosen people is now us.
Correct.
Because we didn't reject him. So Israel's out. Right?
Well, like I said,
God has a covenant with Israel.
Tribulation and Revelations and all that kind of stuff is pretty much all Israel. Yeah, it's for his chosen people.
So, as far as I'm concerned, is like as a Christian, and I'm not super educated in the covenants and all that stuff.
Yeah,
God has his own people. God's design is going to happen whether we want it to or not.
Correct.
Whatever his will is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I would be okay with just stepping away from Israel and be like, you know what? You guys have fooled around with us for too long.
Yeah.
And you're lucky we're not nuking you.
My thing would be, okay, we discovered that you were 95% of the whole Epstein concept. You've done it 100 times.
Yes.
Because I do firmly believe that that's part, being that they were willing to, like I said, they used to show porn on the regular TV broadcast to keep Islam in control. That's how when it would
get easier to drop missiles on them.
Within
follow
Jerusalem,
that IP address
within Jerusalem, they discovered they're getting a little uprising, they're getting a little mad or angry about whatever. They'd throw porn on all the regular TV channels.
No way,
out
really?
there. Yeah,
and I've never heard that before.
It would keep them at home and locked down because the dudes are like, "Ooh, sexy lady," because they can't watch it.
I guess that's why they don't get rid of internet porn here in America either.
I'm thinking one of the main things is its income. Because a lot of states have, like Texas, Alabama, Florida. I think even it's not Florida.
So me and the wife heard about that they here in the state of Alabama that they took away pornography.
I think that's still,
but it's not true. They've only certain websites. You can still look at free porn.
Let's see. Is pornography?
You could literally just type it into a Google search porn. And you can pull up just about 3 different websites that have pornography on it.
Let's do that.
You're going to have to blur it out, though.
It's not on. They can't see it. Well, we are conducting an experiment because we are men. Pornhub.
So that won't work.
Okay, that won't work.
That will.
X videos.
Yep. And you can click on any of these things and watch them.
Let's see. Do categories or something, I guess. And
find something mild.
It's cartoons.
It's Toon.
X video. So then that got.
Yeah. So
what was the point? Was it just like they weren't getting taxes from?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. I don't know why no one has prosecuted these pornography sites still operating.
Online. I should have said online. Yes, pornography is legal for adults in Alabama. Oh, but you have to register, right? As long as you're 18 or older.
Yeah, but there's no registration.
That's why Pornhub left Texas, because you had to register.
That's why.
And I was told they brought that here.
There's Pornhub and X Hamster both shut their doors because the states were telling them you have to make sure people are actually 18 before they view your site. And they said, we don't want to be responsible for protecting people's identities when they prove to us that they're 18, because that's what they have to do.
But the states were doing it.
What I'm saying is that the sites themselves, Pornhub and X Hamster, which are both foreign companies. One's Canadian, and I can't remember where the other one is. They might both be Canadian. But they said, we don't want to be responsible with holding people's personal information and keeping it encrypted.
Okay.
So we're just going to close our sites to your states.
10% sin tax. That's cool. I didn't know about that. There's a 10% sin tax on gross receipts from porn related sales. So if you buy porn stuff, you're paying 10% sin tax. That's hilarious. All right, so here's Grok. Hang on. Yeah. Alabama has one of the stricter online access rules.
Not strict enough.
In the U.S. due to HB 164. I didn't know that's what that one fell under. I knew they did this law, but I didn't know that. Okay.
Materials
the Porn ID law or Materials Harmful to Minors Act. I'm far enough away now where I can kind of see the monitor.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Get that sweet spot? Yeah. You're so old.
It used to be 2010 and 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that was a long time ago now. That $7,000 was great, but it's over. I have lenses placed in my eyes in Japan. It was the best thing I ever did. Let's see. Which took on October 1st, 2024. Because I thought they had just done this because we were talking about it. Okay, so we had this podcast in October. Yeah, we did this in October, right? I don't remember. And we couldn't get anything to work right because I sucked. Yeah, I couldn't get anything to work right. We sucked at it. And so there's a lot of amazing content you'll never hear, and we're just going to laugh about it to ourselves. Sites must display health warnings about porn's alleged harms to brain development, and it links to exploitation.
Big platforms.
Here we go. Oh, hang on, right up here. 1/3 of content is pornography. So if
they didn't want to comply.
If a third of content is pornography, must verify that users are 18, with reasonable methods, often requiring a government-issued ID, which is your driver's license or whatever, or other verification.
Well,
my understanding was
one of the other verifications is credit card, because you can't get a credit card unless you're 18. Well, you can get a signature.
You can get them. Yeah, you can get them.
But I mean, very few Americans have those credit cards for people who are under the age of 18 because the parent has to sign for
so
it.
the big platforms
chose to close down. See,
I hadn't heard of any.
You know what's crazy?
I missed out, man. I don't know any of these.
So Pornhub, me and the wife went down this huge rabbit hole on pornography about trying to figure out who owns what.
Yeah.
Pornhub, owned by
I watched the interview
Jewish
with him.
fellow in Canada.
Watch the interview with him.
Also owns YouPorn. Also owns RedTube.
So he just did
owns
the conglomerate thing.
Yeah, they're all subsidies. They're
owned
all
by
sister
a Jewish person who's gonna. How you get behind that?
So is X-Hamster though. So if you look at all the pornography
so they know it's a tool. They know it's a weapon.
If you look at all the online pornography sites, the mass majority are owned by Jewish folks.
And that seems to be the majority of all entertainment in the general census of it.
Anything that keeps
only
you in the couch.
America though. Because,
no, it's worldwide.
I mean, like, there's no. Name one band from Israel. Name one movie from Israel. Name one anything. You know what I mean? Like they're doing it.
Several million from like India. I mean, India.
They don't count.
India produces more movies than anybody.
They do, and they don't go anywhere but India. You can't even find those in the dark web.
There's such a huge difference in culture between India and everybody else.
It's so awesome.
That nobody watches the crap.
It's like
I will watch a South Korean action movie way before I ever watch an Indian action movie. You know? I can kind of relate to the South Korean one.
They had the live action cartoon concept down way before anybody did.
God, it's so
brilliant.
All right,
so back to porn in the States, right? Because I know Texas had kicked them. Well, they had kicked Texas.
Well, they chose to close in those states,
right? So
because they didn't want to obey the
big platforms responded by blocking all access from Alabama IP addresses rather than implementing costly. They make never mind.
Yeah.
Costly, heavy verification, site privacy risk, the data breach, which I'm okay as a company.
I'm still not sure how porn makes money because if it's free online, how are they making money?
There's got to be advertising, just like YouTube.
I get that, but the average person,
people pay for. No, people will pay for it.
I get because the average person's not going to click on the advertising.
Right, but again, the concept, like I never thought OnlyFans would be as huge as it was.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay that kind of money for one person?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, when it's all free here. Holy crap.
But they do, though. Yeah, it is fascinating.
These girls are like, I was on for 2 weeks. I made $4 million. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. It's
so people,
which you don't good on
America,
you. I am Good on you. I'm glad that you were able to sucker a whole bunch of idiots out of their money. They deserve.
Yeah.
You deserve. You deserve getting the money, and they deserve.
I hope they
losing
can't
the money.
afford. Yeah. I
Well
hope they
done
can't
to you.
afford food.
Congratulations. I don't agree with what you do. I would never want my daughter to do it, but good on you. Men are so stupid. We're dumb and we die easy.
I thought it was banned. So my understanding was the state, Texas and Alabama, and there was a few other states that jumped on this, but I don't really know them.
Yeah.
I thought what it was is they created a registration deal where you would register and it would be verified through the state.
No.
Because that's what I had heard on, because I was watching Brett Cooper when this came out, and I was like, oh, cool, Texas has found a way to do this.
Yeah.
And because she was like, oh, Pornhub left, who cares, which was the concept. But
I know a lot of people who probably care.
There's got to be so many mad Texans out there.
Can you imagine how many teenagers out there like, no?
Oh, they were watching nonstop in schools, and the teachers couldn't do a thing about it because they were saying you can't confiscate the personal property, even though the teachers used to be able to.
Yeah.
They can't confiscate personal property, and no teacher wanted to be responsible for $1,000 phone that could get stolen or taken or whatever,
or damaged.
And they would fight nonstop. They said, put your phone away, and they're just watching porn like crazy everywhere.
Yeah.
And this was even like 10 years ago when I was where I was. It was right at the Palm, so I can imagine what it is now.
They had
with AI. Oh my gosh!
They had a bus driver get fired because he stopped a 12-year-old girl from giving oral sex to a 14-year-old boy. He lost his job. And it's just like, what in the world does this world come to?
See if I can find it from there. This is insane. And again, that's why they want that porn to exist. To
keeps us in our couch.
Keep the younger generations more susceptible to it, to learning it. And then you've got 5-year-olds who think it's okay to do the, and then they're creating people who won't say no. They're creating people who
I think they're also lowering the birth rate because you're less apt to go out and have sex, or to try to have sex.
Okay, so this is not a credible report.
Oh, okay, so
The
maybe it
opposite
wasn't
scenario
real.
appears far more common. Bus driver or aides getting fired, arrested, or charged for failing to stop or allowing. Well, that he's just saying this is probably more common. That depends on if it's Minnesota or not right now.
Yeah, true.
The closest matches to query did not intervene when students. Okay, so the drivers did not intervene when students engaged in sexual acts. I was the worst kid to sit next to your daughter on the bus in the 6th grade, 7th grade. Like, I was the worst. I remember I drove home.
What do you mean by you're the worst?
I drove home on the bus. Gosh, this was maybe 8th grade was when I started my. Of course, that was the last year that I was at a school that I had been familiar with anybody. I would drive home with this girl's head in my high school girl's head in my lap and my hand on her chest, just driving home that way, just talking. That was every day almost.
Really?
Yeah, and she'd have her coat over. She'd have her coat over her arm, just to kind of. But everybody knew, and nobody cared. And that was just like one memory I have. The bus was where I learned from high schoolers how to do everything.
Really?
It was the internet for me at the time. I remember.
Man, I never had any slutty buses. God,
when
dang, I missed out.
I had this bus driver one time. I'll never forget this. He had the door open just like a few inches, right? We have full snow gear on, big backpacks with other junk in it and all. And I put my shoulder in the door and I just flung it open. And of course, it's snow, I'm clumsy, whatever. It makes a loud noise. And I think I woke him up.
Oh, yeah.
I think is what it was. And he's an old, like Vietnam, I've seen some things kind of a guy. I take a foot on the bed. I take a step up on the bus. He grabs me over my throat, choke slams me to the chair. Boy, if you ever touch my door like that again, I will cut your throat, blah, 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 like that. And I was like, looking at him like, are you done? Get off me. Like, I didn't think anything of it, Yeah.
It was the 80s.
Wasn't too unfamiliar with other places I'd been.
Right now, that'd be a $12 million lawsuit.
Yeah. And so I had climbed back in there. And so because of him, I sat further back in the bus.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a cool kid or a nerd or a troublemaker or anything like that. I would sit, and we always had our headphones and our little, at the time it was tape cassette players were. and I always had junk food, candy stuff to give to the high schooler kids because I knew that's how you could get away with certain stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And so eventually I find my way into their world, and I don't really talk with them. I just kind of laugh at their jokes because that works, you know. I know when to, kind of a deal. And I'm a very manipulative person in the aspect. I think I learned a lot of it, survival on the back of the bus kind of concept, just because I wanted to stay away from the driver. And that was really what it was. Is after that, I was just like, okay, I'm going to sit further away, get back, you know, kind of a deal. And I inched my way back there. And man, the stories you would hear, the things you would see. And then over 4 years of that was 6th grade, you know.
Yeah.
Over 4 years or 3 years of that, whatever it was. And so, yeah, I was the worst person on the bus. So to sit there and say that you're going to fire somebody for not intervening, well, first off, that person has to stop the bus and pull over. They do have attendance on buses nowadays. 2015, this is 2015, Jefferson County in Kentucky, female bus driver named Christy was arrested and fired for allegedly allowing a 17-year-old boy to receive oral from a 12-year-old girl directly behind her seat on the school bus. She has a mirror. She can see everything. She knows what's going on.
Is she allowed to intervene? I mean, what is she going to do? She can't put her hands on anybody.
This is 2015. Well, no, what she would do is she would pull the bus over, call the police. This is 17-year-olds and a 12-year-old. Yeah, for that type of a deal. Because what it is you want the police to handle the situation and not you.
Yeah. You want.
Okay, so an officer actually explained this to me today. This is how bad it's gotten. This is how terrible we have been with raising our kids. Anyway, real quick. So she was arrested for not stopping 12-year-old girl from performing oral on 17-year-old from boys. I guess it's the boys that were in there. She was charged with sexual abuse and misconduct for not making a substantial effort to prevent 2007. This is Florida, man. I don't think we can really judge. Student reported a bus driver ignored or did little to stop repeated sexual behavior on the bus, including incidents involving 10th grade girl, and he failed to report it, so I guess they got rid of him. So those are those kind of situations. This officer told me today, he said, one of the saddest things that I do, one of the things I hate more than anything, are parents who call me because they can't control their teenager. Okay? And to you and me, we're like, that doesn't happen. You know, there's no way. We created this, and let me show you how, because he explained to me how. He's like, I go over there, a 17-year-old boy is in a state of fit, just bawling his eyes out, screaming. Remember that old World of Warcraft video where the mom takes away the kid's World of Warcraft account and he goes into the room freaking out and his brother records it laughing?
Yeah. That
type of psychotic breakdown, right? And I mean, nobody knew if that was real or not, but it was funny, and it was way before that kind of stuff was a thing.
He's still doing that stuff?
Is he really?
Yeah, he still
he made. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but he could be mentally retarded. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he hit his head enough in that one video, so maybe he kept going. He said he's just bawling, just broke down. I mean, he's just sobbing, crying. He can't console him. Can't console him. He barely get a word out of him because his mom took his phone away from him. Okay.
Wow.
This is what she called him over to deal with. Okay. But here's the thing. He said, I was like, because there's no father in the house? Oh, no, there's a father in the house. But we've created this because of the truancies that they give in the school. So if a kid doesn't go to school to a certain degree, and I think it's like 3 or 4 times if it's unexcused, the parent has to go before a judge.
Yes.
Okay? This is a requirement.
Yeah.
And you can be severely fined, go to all kinds of classes.
We almost had that happen to us at our firstborn's elementary because he had migraine problems.
Oh, yeah.
And so we didn't have a doctor's note for every single one of them.
Correct.
And it's like day 3 of a whole year, and you're telling us
they're doing.
They give us a warning.
What they're doing,
please come serve it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he doesn't need you guys anymore. I'm pulling him out right now. Yeah. What it is because of that, the parents are now saying, "Okay, I know he's not going to go to school because he's having a meltdown right here. Yeah. I'm calling a police over to get a police report." So I can present that to the judge and say, here's why he wasn't at school. They have to do this. They have to get police reports to verify and justify why their kid wasn't in school so that they are not penalized, forced to do whatever junk. That is the world we created.
Yeah.
That is who we are.
Your kids don't belong to you anymore. They belong to the government.
All because your schools want to get that extra dime for the days that they're there. And because the federal government knew, hey, if they're not there, they'll force them to be there. Because who's going to go? I mean, back in the 60s and 70s, man, the Fonz never went to school. Hey, he wasn't going to do it.
Well, of course, we put a lot more pride on manual labor back then too. It's just like if you were able to swap out a motor on a vehicle.
If you could throw a shovel around, you had work.
Yeah. If you were willing to work, you had it.
That's it.
And a lot of people didn't want to be in school.
No, now you want to be a social genius. You don't want to be in school either, but you want to be a social genius.
We are so entertainment driven society now that we can't even function in the workplace. I've watched, and it's funny because, again, work with a lot of Hispanic construction workers. And I watch these guys.
I haven't seen them in so long. I need to touch up base with them.
I watch these guys get infuriated with the younger generation.
Oh, yeah.
They're throwing their phones inside of concrete.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like literally because they're constantly on their cell
Yes.
phones. Constantly.
Yes.
And I just watched foremen just go over there and grab the phone and just chunk it right into the freaking concrete.
Yep.
And just cuss them out in Spanish, just
yeah.
at them.
You're not going to find work.
But yeah, it's
college football teams have created phone time in their practices because their kids cannot function. College football teams have phone time during practices because their kids can't function.
This is such a multifaceted problem that all generates back to the diet we eat.
Yeah.
And the level of entertainment that we allow in our homes.
Correct.
You want to fix America if you want to fix the world, shut your TV and your internet off at 6 p.m.
Oh, I absolutely agree with unplugging the internet.
Yeah, if you unplug your TV and your internet at 6 p.m. in your house and forced to hang out with each other, you'll fix the world's problems.
I have 1,000 projects that I want to do that I have I will die before I get through a fraction of them.
Well, see, here's the problem.
I have a workbench sitting in my garage.
What's your energy level like when you get off work?
It depends really on the weather. I mean, like the other day, it was so
do you
nice.
have a lot of energy?
I don't have a lot of energy, but I'm not dead.
Do you feel tired after work?
No. It depends on the day because mine are up or down.
I'm tired from the moment I wake up.
Right. Well, I was when I did that job too. It was awful. It was just nonstop.
But it's the nutrition that we eat.
I think so.
If we went back to eating the food that we grew, and the livestock that we harvested ourselves, our energy level would increase. We would be more productive at home.
Yeah. My only thing is I want to add fish to my diet.
God, that's expensive. Isn't it crazy how expensive fish is?
I can't do it. I was like, oh, steak is, terrible. I'll just switch over to okay, never mind. Yeah. Let's go with grass-fed, grass-killed steak because that's $10 cheaper per pound.
Yeah.
So if I could find a good river, stream, lake around here, because in Alaska.
We decided to do sheep. We're going to do sheep next year.
Oh, yeah? Okay. You're going to grow or you're going to?
Yeah.
You're going to have somebody? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to raise them.
Okay.
So we do rabbits now.
Yeah.
So we have chickens.
You going to keep with the rabbits or you're going to get rid of them?
Yeah, definitely going to keep with the rabbit because it's really good. It tastes good.
I wanted to try her.
To cook. It is
she
super
made like
easy to process.
What did she just make that was rabbit the other day? She told me to.
It was
Sunday, I think it was.
It was like a shredded pulled pork. Instead of pulled pork, it was pulled rabbit.
It sounded good. It sounded good.
It was barbecued pulled rabbit.
Rabbit is good. I've always liked rabbit.
Yeah.
I never thought there was much meat to the rabbit, but I guess you could fatten them up. Maybe I don't know. But
no, you don't really fatten them up. You just eat more of them because they produce so freaking fast. So 3 rabbits will feed a family of 6 in one meal.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like 6 adults can eat 3 rabbits.
Okay.
Depending on the breed.
Yeah.
Obviously, but between the rabbits, the garden, the chickens, turkeys, and then we add sheep, we'll be set. We've been buying organic flour and organic olive oil from Greece. And
is she buying that from Azure?
Huh?
No, never mind then.
Oh, I don't know where she gets it from.
Okay.
But I know it's freaking expensive though.
Yeah.
To eat good food, it's expensive. But I've noticed in the last 3 weeks that we've been doing it, I eat so much less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was 226 pounds.
Okay.
Beginning of December.
It's February.
Yeah. So now we're in the beginning of February.
Yeah.
And so now I'm down to 216.
Okay.
And
just on changing food.
Yeah, I haven't exercised a flip.
It's been so cold, dude. It's been 20 degrees like every day or something.
But my energy levels are a little better now.
Yeah.
I still sleep like crap. And I don't know. I don't know how to fix that.
Actually, I've been doing it better on the sleep part because of the cold. And I think that's helping me a bit because I'm like, I'm not waking up.
Yeah, but you sleep. I mean, you don't have a body trying to get warm off of your body.
No.
I have a leech in my bed trying to suck the life out of me.
He is gone now. He's no longer there, digging his claws into my back. You jerk, get off of me. But
he was adorable though.
He was so amazing.
He was super adorable.
But I don't, like I said, my thing is when the noise shuts off or whatever kind of a deal.
See, that's the thing. I don't understand how you do that.
My brain can't.
If I hear a gnat fart, I get pissed off.
See, and it might be just all the mosquitoes that we had to deal with back in the day.
It probably was.
Nothing worse than sleep in the middle of the night and in your ear and I'm gonna spend 40 minutes trying to find this guy.
Yes.
I'm never gonna kill him when I see him.
Yeah.
But
God,
yeah.
hate that.
Right in your ear every time.
Right in your freaking
every
ear
time.
hole.
They're like, oh, watch this. I'm going in.
God.
They knew what they were doing. Yeah, and it's only the males or females that make the sound? Females make the sound?
Females that have the stingers and actually suck blood. Males just fertilize eggs, so they don't have any stingers.
I thought one of them made the buzzing sound and one of them didn't. Maybe that's what it is.
No, they all buzz.
Okay. They're microscopic, I swear. At 4 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, they're just microscopic. Yeah.
I mean, they are. In Alaska, they're generally, the beginning of the year, there's actually 6 different breeds of light mosquitoes.
No, I don't even want to just
the first breed are really big, and then after that, they get smaller as time goes on, and they're hard to kill.
They're so fast. They're lightning fast. But again, I think for me, it's just when I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about everything in the world, everything that's going on. They're just like in my little tiny ballpark. And it came from working as a director because you were like, okay, did I do the 50,000 things that's going to be expected of me over this week?
You can't
set
just
it up.
Flip a switch and turn it off.
There was a time when I could, and then there was a time when it was just like, okay, I have to. There's too much. You're doing 3 jobs. I was a director, and then it was like, okay, this person's gone. You're doing their job now. It's 8-9 months before they even start interviewing people, then background checks, then blah. So it's 15 months before. So you're doing 3 jobs, and everybody was. It wasn't like it was just you. Like everybody's multitasking. Like even the board here, they're all doing 3 and 4 jobs, kind of a deal. And so, but yeah, it is 9 o'clock. Right?
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, it's late. So your wife will be home.
Yeah.
Anyway, we might be able to pull 5 minutes out of this. Might be something.